What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 4 of One List Call. I'm Kyle. Next to me here is Jordan. Today, what we're going to do is rank the Fast and the Furious movies. As Jordan pours stuff into his drink and not address the viewers. That's cool, you know?
Hello.
Hate you.
Why?
I just do, man.
You need to drink more, man.
You need to drink less. How about that? You know?
This is good, though.
No, it's alright. But, Fast and the Furious.
So can they hear this?
I don't know. Yeah, stop fucking making noises. Is this the best series ever?
The Fast and Furious?
Yeah.
Like, is it my favorite series ever?
Is it
or the best series?
Both.
No to both.
Really? Interesting.
No. It's not better than Harry Potter.
Why aren't we ranking that?
Huh?
Why aren't we ranking that?
Ranking what?
Harry Potter.
I need to go back and rewatch them.
Let's do it.
You know how long it's been since I've watched a Harry Potter movie? Besides Deathly Hallows Part 1, I watched it in like December. Besides that, I don't remember the last time I've watched a Harry Potter movie. It's been a while. But I do want to do that eventually.
Okay.
Maybe when No, that's too far away.
We'll see.
We'll do it eventually sometime this year. I'll rewatch them. I mean, I got a bunch of free time.
You're right.
I'll rewatch them sometime. Do you think it's the best series ever?
No.
Fast and Furious, I mean?
No. Not at all.
Do
But
you think it's top 5?
Yeah.
Of your favorite or best?
Favorite. Because let's be honest, the movies aren't like fantastic or the best. It's just, it's family.
It is family.
It's
all
family,
about
know what I mean?
They're definitely top 10. I would have to like actually sit down and think about whether they're on my top 5.
Yeah, I need to see.
There's a lot of franchises out there.
Yeah. Like, what are you saying? Like, are we thinking like 4 or more movies in a franchise?
A franchise is 3 or more to me.
No, I don't give a fuck.
Like
what it
the
is to
Toy
you.
Story franchise, I guess there's 4 of them now. But even if they wouldn't be making 4, I would still think of that as a franchise. And then Back to the Future has 3. That's a franchise. I think I would put 3 or more.
There's that.
But there's a lot of franchises out there, so I'd have to actually sit down and think if like, is it in my top 10? It's definitely top 5. It's definitely top 10.
Probably. But you guys comment your list below. We're gonna go ahead and get into ours. We're gonna do it a little differently. We're not gonna guess each other's for this. We're just gonna get into it. It's gonna be a pretty quick video.
I just want to guess. What do you think Too Fast, Too Furious is on my list? That's the only one I'm curious to where you think.
4, right in the middle.
You think it's 4?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Am I right?
No.
All right, fair enough. What's your number 8?
My number 8. I also believe this is your number 8. I'm gonna go Tokyo Drift.
Fuck that movie. I hate that movie. I don't hate it. I just don't like the main character.
He's such a bad actor.
Oh my god.
He's so bad.
Can't do it. Nah.
He looks like he's 34 playing an 18-year-old or 17-year-old. I think he's 17 in this movie. He looks like he's 34. He's actually 24 in this.
He can't drink, but he can drink. We don't know.
He can't talk to the girls because he's underage, but he can go out and do all this other shit. I'm like, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
And he's in China. What's the legal age limit in China?
Yeah.
Or no, Japan, not China. They're in Tokyo.
13. Looked it up.
That's for consent to have sex. But I'm talking like just drinking or anything.
Well, the thing that I say 13 is because Han tells the ladies not to touch him because he's
but they can
underage.
talk to Bow Wow.
Yeah.
Who looks even younger
because he is
Lucas
younger.
Black.
And Bow Wow's car is dope though, so it might be number. It might
he
be
has the Hulk thing.
It's so stupid.
When they're bringing out the garage thing, and then Lucas Black is like, "Is it that one?" And he's like, "No, keep waiting." And then it's like, it's like a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Is it that one? No.
And it's a Lambo. It's like no.
Is this fucking green?
I think it's a Durango.
Really? I thought it was like one of those Element cars.
No, I think it's a Hulk Durango.
Whatever
but it
it
has
is.
like punch holes, not holes, but like punch dents on the sides of it and shit. Yeah.
And then Lucas Black is like, "The fuck is this?"
Yeah.
It's not a bad. It has the best Fast and Furious character in Han.
I mean, he's in 3 of them, so.
But it's his introduction.
4 of them. 4 of them. 3.
2.
4.
3. 4.
4, I think. We'll get to that.
3. No, 2.
3, 4, 5, 6.
5, 6. He's only in 3.
He's not in 4?
No.
Okay.
Huh. I thought Han was in more of these. But
Three.
no,
Alright, cool.
in 4 he's not.
What's your next one?
My next one. You almost had me, man. I said it wrong. I almost had you. The first one.
Same.
Really?
Yeah.
Brian smiles so much in this fucking movie. It annoys the living shit out of me. He smiles through this entire movie. I like the introduction to the characters.
And then also from this point forward, it actually gets harder.
Yeah.
With ranking the movies. Number 3, I just did not like it all. Not at all, but like it wasn't there for me, man.
Han's good, man.
But the rest of them, they're a lot harder to rank. None of these movies are bad.
Yeah, I don't dislike.
But,
I would go back and watch Tokyo Drift. They're not bad.
But it was at least it might.
It's just
it low-key was bad.
No, I'd watch it again.
It was low-key bad.
Lucas Black. There's a lot of plot holes. A lot of shit don't make sense.
Number 1.
Yeah, the first Fast and Furious.
He comes there for the tuna, man.
That's all I got.
That's all you need to know.
I have a lot of problems with the movie, but I love the introduction. Like, you're learning these characters. Brian smiles way too fucking much.
He also has I don't see why he's so attached to Dom. Take this motherfucker down. Do your job.
Because he doesn't think he's actually doing anything bad. Like, throughout the movie when you're watching, you're like, you don't think it's Dom either. You think it's the Asians or whatever the crew was that tried to kill him.
Not when there's evidence there, though.
But there was also evidence when when Brian was sneaking through looking in the garage that it was going to the Asians.
But then they came and found out that they were clean.
Yeah, after they raided their houses. But that was for the end of the movie anyway. Like, after that scene, it cuts to Dom and them doing the dumbest thing ever. They're like these meticulous people doing it at night. They're wearing all black, and then they do it, the last one's in the middle of the day. One person's not there, and they're like, fuck it, we're going to steal it. Why now when all the other times you've been so strategic in this? Just makes no sense.
Also having Jesse there and the other guy that liked Mia. I don't know his name.
Vince.
I didn't like them. They were weird. Jesse
just
drives
dips out.
He's like, I lost focus. Like, what?
And then shows up and dies. He gets shot.
Yeah.
Like there's so many things wrong with this movie, but you're learning these characters, and it starts out the franchise.
Yep.
I like the dynamic between Brian and Dom,
mm-hmm.
and then it just grows from there in the other movies. And then I like Mia. Letty doesn't have much to do in this movie at all.
Not a fan of Letty.
Like, even first watching it, I wasn't even sure Letty and Dom were a thing. Because Dom is talking to other girls, and then Letty, like, she was like, oh, you're going to go talk to them skanks or whatever. And I'm like, are they just like, is it like a brother-sister thing? Or is it like a boyfriend-girlfriend thing?
No, they're together.
You're just not sure.
No, they're together.
But I enjoy this movie.
Yeah, that's pretty good. What's your next one?
If
we had the same list, we'd be pissed.
Number 6. What's yours?
4.
Mine as well.
The fuck?
Fast 4.
Brago, man. This is the best twist ever at the end, though.
That twist, you can see it coming a mile away. As soon as he steps out the car, you're like, that's not him. As soon as he says, nope, that's not him. Why? He was sweating. He was shaking. He was like, shit, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm like, bro, why are you even trying this?
Yeah, I didn't like the whole thing. I didn't like the whole thing. Not necessarily didn't like it, but like the plot was weird to me.
I mean, I get Dom wanting to get revenge. It's such a weird coincidence that he wants to get revenge on the same person that Brian just happens to be surveying and wanting to take down.
And having Letty go
undercover for the same person.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Some things just rubbed me the wrong way, I guess.
I didn't like the tunnel.
That's weird.
I didn't like it.
There's no way you're smashing through that. I don't care if it's fake rocks.
I didn't like how at the end when Dom kills the guy that he thinks killed Letty, how Brian holds him there. So Brian's an accomplice of murder at this point. Also, Brian's arm should have been taken off because he didn't let go. He was holding on to him the entire time.
Maybe.
So Brian should be hurt as well. It's a good movie though. It's not. It was just good to see them back.
Yeah,
After Tokyo Drift.
After 2 movies, they weren't together.
And Dom wasn't in.
Yeah,
Too
I just like
Fast.
their dynamic a lot as well.
Vince. Dom kicks him out halfway through.
Who?
Vince.
Vince is back?
He was in 4.
Was he?
Yeah. No, he came back in 5. How did 4 start?
4 started, shoot.
I don't even remember. Huh. Because Vince came back in 5 when they were running from the Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when they went to go steal the train in 5.
I don't really remember 5. I didn't rewatch. That's the one I did not rewatch
5
recently.
is good. 4. I don't remember how it started.
4. There's Braga.
And I just watched this. 5 years of escaping, Dominique's girlfriend, blah blah blah. I full tank. Wait, no, that's the first one.
Doesn't
No,
Dom tell Letty that they need to split up because Dom can't be in the U.S. anymore, and she needs to stay in the U.S.
And then she dies.
Yeah.
Dominic runs, leaving Letty behind to protect her from harm.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 months later, Dominic is residing in Panama City. He gets a call from Sister Mia that she died. Okay, that's what happened.
And then it's her funeral.
And then Dom's on a hill, and Brian's at the funeral expecting Dom to be there.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember now.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so Vince is not in this one.
No.
Okay, but yeah, it was just cool to see him back, but I don't mean, it's forgettable.
It's very forgettable.
But
Still better than 1 just because.
The acting is just pretty bad.
Yeah.
Paul, I almost had you, man. You almost had me? Me?
As he's smiling, everybody's smiling.
Smiling so much.
Everybody's smiling.
Why are you smiling? You just lost.
Everybody's smiling.
You just lost your car.
You got the respect that you feel me. What's your next one?
What's yours? Is it Too Fast?
I think, yeah, it's Too Fast, Too Furious.
We're the same list.
After this is where it's going to get dicey.
Too Fast, Too Furious. Which is crazy because this was probably
Everybody hates it.
It for no fucking reason. I don't
like it a
understand
lot.
it.
I love Tyrese.
Tyrese and Paul Walker's relationship is so fucking good in this movie.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, so Paul Walker is the staple to the franchise. It's not Dom to me. I think Paul Walker is the most important person in the franchise. And it's weird that he's not there for 8 moving forward. But his relationship with Roman is hilarious, number 1. And it grows throughout the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you first see him, Roman wants to fucking kill him. They just start fighting in the dirt.
He's like, bro, whatever happens, happens. He's like,
let it happen.
Blondie here's not a cop no more? Nope, no
Bam.
badge.
Beat the shit out of him.
Why do you believe him? You don't even know that guy.
I mean, I guess.
You don't know the CIA agent, whoever he is.
Can't take him to court if he told him to jail.
What's the point of this ankle bracelet if he has a mobile home? I don't understand.
It's weird.
But it's cool, you know?
He said, I can't let you go within 100 yards of my house. Then how are you here? Bam! And he points at their trailer.
It's also weird that him and Mia are a thing. Like, throughout the rest of the franchise or whatever, they're going to be a thing.
They broke up after she found out he was a cop.
I understand that, but it's just weird that we never see whatever her name is again.
Eva Mendes?
Yeah.
She was in the post-credit scene of Fast 5.
No, we don't.
She was supposed to be in Furious 8.
She should have been.
But I think it was like scheduling conflict or something. She was supposed to be on the team with them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That'd have been weird.
I think it would have been cool.
That'd
Because you know how like Mr. Nobody, how when they're in New York, how there's like that line of them chasing Dom before they like harpoon his car. She was supposed to be in there with him, and she was like working for Mr. Nobody or something, or in that
so it's
facility.
like kind of a cameo type thing.
Yeah, she was. I don't know if she's supposed to be in for the.
Or was she supposed to be like
I think she was supposed to take place
of that one guy
of Scott Eastwood's character, the guy that The Rock hangs upside down,
Mr. Nothing,
Mr. Little Nobody, is what they called him.
He was like, "Don't call me that." He didn't like that.
He did not. But I think she was supposed to be his place.
They also called him Mr. Rules.
That movie is so funny.
But
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah.
So I can understand like the plot. The plot makes no sense, sort of. So I can understand why people don't like it.
It seems like a buddy cop movie.
Yeah, it's so funny, like an undercover buddy. It's so good.
That's what it mostly seems like, rather than like a Fast movie.
But
at this point, that nobody knew what Fast was. Like it wasn't.
It wasn't
a family thing yet.
And it's also weird to see like Ludacris go from somebody that's running illegal
to a fucking
jet ski
genius.
racing to a computer genius over
And
here.
then also he owned a garage, which his garage was ridiculous. Like it had crazy things in it. So I don't see like why he even was like, "Hey, I'm about to stay with," like, you know what I mean?
And then at the end of Fast 5, they're like, Ludacris, what you gonna do? He said, open a garage. You already got one.
Man,
What are you doing? You already got a garage.
I don't understand.
Like, it makes no sense. It's just the Roman Brian dynamic. It's
Yeah,
that
100%.
makes the entire movie.
Yep.
We hungry.
It's really Tyrese. Whatever Tyrese is in is hilarious.
Oh, I love Tyrese. Everybody, well, because of his fucking feud with The Rock right now, everybody hates him. I think he's
Nah,
I still like him.
What's your next one?
7?
No,
It's not. What's
mine's not 7.
Okay.
Mine's 5.
5?
It's only knocked because I haven't. This is the one I didn't rewatch recently.
5. You need to rewatch it then.
But I remember they're dragging a bank around.
It's a safe, but yeah. They steal it
Well,
from
that's
a
what I
bank.
meant. Yeah. Yeah, that's weird.
It's probably one
I
of
don't
the
really
most
remember it, though.
memorable scenes in the Fast and Furious.
Yeah. But I don't really remember it other than that. And they all are honestly running together. So I'm just going on my past feelings of it. When I watched it, I know how I felt about it, if that makes sense. So that's why I'm like, I know this is better than the rest of them. But I don't know if it's better than 6, 7, and 8.
You need to rewatch it then.
Probably.
I got 7. So Deckard Shaw, this is the one with Jason Statham's character.
Mm-hmm.
One of the coolest opening scenes of him walking through the fucking hospital that he just destroys, which kind of makes no sense if his brother's in a coma or whatever. He's going to need doctors to take care of him.
That's not the opening scene, is it?
Yeah, it's Jason Statham walking through and he sees his brother. And he walks out of the hospital and the thing almost falls down on Jason Statham's character.
Okay.
What are you thinking of?
I thought the opening scene was him in Hobbs's. What movie am I thinking of? Yeah, I thought it was him in Hobbs's office.
I think that's after
Okay.
the hospital.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the hospital opens it. But regardless,
Yeah.
he destroys this hospital. What nurse is going to take care of his brother? Everybody's dead. There's no electricity.
Maybe.
He destroys it. We don't even know why he destroyed it.
He's mad. He didn't like his brother.
But it just shows that he's like not a guy to be fucked with.
Yeah.
And then it's pretty much just he just pops up randomly throughout the entire movie, like for no reason. Like how did he track him?
That's all the movies though.
That's true, but like this one is weird because it's like Dom and them are facing this other gang trying to rescue Ramsey, and then Jason Statham just shows up. It's just weird how he knows where they're gonna be at.
He tried to blow up Dom at the beginning.
He did try to blow up Dom
And then
with the bomb.
Yep.
That Dom thought
Japan.
was from Han.
Yep. That's how I found out Han died. Sad moment.
Yeah, some of it's like, yeah. There's like even the ending scene where Dom and Jason Statham are fighting on top of the parking garage, and then Dom it's breaking down, and Dom like slams his foot down, and Jason Statham's character falls down because the roof broke. How did Dom know that it wasn't gonna break on his side?
Yeah, it's definitely
like,
weird.
There's a lot of weird things in it, but I like Jason Statham's character. They almost Dom like fake or Dom. You think Dom dies like twice in this movie?
Where?
In the very end, when he's in his car and he blows up, or he puts the grenades on the helicopter and he crashes when he lands. And then in this one, I'm trying to think. There was another scene. Oh, when he rolls down the hill, when he has Ramsey and he's cornered, and he like drives off the side of it, and he just fucking tumbles and tumbles for thousands of feet.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Tumbles. There's no fucking way they live.
Yeah, they die.
He's like, put on your helmet. The fuck? There's no way he's lived.
This was 7 was the one where did they come out of cars or the plane in this one?
It was 6.
That was 6.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Yes, because that's where Giselle dies. Because Gal Gadot's character, she dies, and then Han.
No, where they fly the cars out of the plane.
Oh no, when they fly the cars out, yes, that's 7.
Yeah, and Roman's freaking out. He's like, "I'm not going.
I can't do it."
And then they just
Tez put the parachute.
Yep, that's hilarious.
That was a practical thing. They really shot cars out of airplane.
Oh yeah,
that was crazy.
And they just landed in the middle of like Nevada or Montana or something.
But like, there's a lot of things you're like, that couldn't happen. Why?
Yeah, I want to say it was in like the facts or whatever, it was 4 or 5 when they were being judged for not shooting like real cars.
It was
and shit.
4 because
And then they were like, "Fuck it, we're shooting everything we can."
It was
shit.
4 when they were going through the tunnels. It wasn't practical. And then they were saying it looked fake as shit. And it was like from then on they've done practical stuff.
Like they did like they legit did all
Yeah.
like as much as they could with this stuff.
I like 7 a lot. There's a lot of shit that makes no sense, but I like it. Plus, the best villain in the series is Jason Statham. No, I take that back. Second best villain is Jason Statham.
Who's first?
His brother.
Think so.
Owen Shaw, yes.
Why?
We'll get there.
Okay.
When we talk about 6.
Okay. What's your next one?
My next one's Fate of the Furious.
My next one's 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So yeah, whoa. Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Well, I have Fate of the Furious.
Yeah.
And it's higher on your list.
Yeah.
And you have 6. It's higher on my list.
Oh, really?
So we'll skip those and we'll talk about those when we get to on each other's list. My second one is Fast 5.
Okay. You can talk about. Like I said, I don't really remember it.
Yeah, obviously. So what's your second one?
7.
Okay. Which we just talked about.
Yeah.
So Fast 5.
Mhm.
It's just cool seeing everybody get back together for the first time ever, really. Because we've seen Dom and Brian together before, but it was cool to see like Tyrese and Luda, Han. You meet Giselle's character. She meets everybody from Fast 4. Yeah, she was 4 because she was Braga's person. So you just everybody being together, and then the safe scene is probably one of the coolest scenes in the entire series. Like when you think of Fast 5, you think of that series. Plus the introduction of The Rock. Who is that? Your stomach?
What are you talking about?
You're like, Earl. They're just dumb. Anyway, it shows The Rock shows up and he just takes over the franchise. It's his franchise now.
It's not his franchise.
It is.
It's still Brian's franchise.
I mean, I wish, but it's definitely The Rock's franchise now.
Brian's son will be back.
Jack
Jack will be back, man.
The Rock
It'll be
sweats
Jack and Brian.
The Rock
roaming
sweats so much in this movie.
Yeah.
He is so sweaty in Fast 5. Every time you look at him, he's just dripping.
I believe it.
But you meet Elena in this movie as well, who, spoilers, ends up having a fucking kid with Dom, which makes no sense in the timeline. Makes no sense. But she's cool, people. She's married to Chris Hemsworth, by the way. Thor. The Rock is cool. Who's the bad guy in this one? Oh, Reyes is the bad guy. Because they try and steal all the money from Reyes, the main guy, or like guy that owns Brazil, who's like ruining the city or whatever, and they try and steal all of his money. It's pretty much just a good movie just to see everybody back together, pretty much. And then the end scene. And then The Rock lets him go. And it was cool to see The Rock have he's that hard-ass military person at the beginning of the movie, and then when they get ambushed and Brian and Dom help him survive when the rest of his team dies, it's cool to see The Rock switch over to be one of Dom's gang.
He's not a part of Dom's.
He's a part of Dom's gang.
No, he's not.
I like how The Rock calls him Toretto when he's in FBI cop CIA mode, and then when they're friends he calls him Dom. It's pretty cool thing that they do. It's pretty consistent,
I guess.
Because in Fast 8 he calls him at the beginning, and he's like, Dom, I need your help with this when they go steal the EMP. And then when Dom, we're getting ahead of ourselves, but when Dom betrays them, he's like, Toretto, don't keep walking, because when Dom betrays them, it's just a cool thing, thing that they keep up with.
I guess so.
Pretty cool.
I like God's Eye.
And 7.
Yeah. Is it practical, though? It's
That's what I'm
basically,
saying.
they got it from Batman.
There's a lot of, things in the movie that don't make sense.
They fly across skyscrapers.
They do fly across. Not even one. There's 3 skyscrapers.
Yeah.
They go in between them. Because when you watch the trailer, oh, they're going to go through a skyscraper. It's no, they're going to go twice. Yeah. And then Brian's like, cars can't fly. And then Dom's like, fuck, they can't. I'm gonna hit the the pedal even faster or harder.
They destroyed like one of the fastest cars and the fastest car.
There was
in the
only
world.
like 3 or 5 of them made in the
Yeah.
world or something.
Pretty crazy.
Dom lifts up a car just with ease.
Yeah.
With ease. And he's like, fuck, we gotta go. And then only one of the doors doesn't close, and it just happens to be the door that they can go through to. There's a lot of things that don't make sense in this movie.
But it's great.
I like Ramsey's character, even though she has nothing to do throughout the entire movie or the series for that.
They play keep away with her, and they have a heat-seeking missile trying to attack them and stuff. And Tyrese is terrified through like the entire
I love his
movie.
character. He's
hilarious.
so funny.
He does not want to be here. He
Keep getting them paychecks, Tyrese.
Man, does not want to be there. This was also the one where they need cars, and Ludacris goes to the fancy place or whatever that has suits and shit.
Oh, with The Rock, yeah.
Yeah, and then The Rock's like, "You're not gonna steal these, are you?"
Like,
Luda was like, "Nah," and the guy was like, "I think you're at the wrong place." And then they end up buying the cars. And he takes his clothes off of them.
Which is another thing that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so they made $10 million a piece roughly in Fast 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then... So they only have so much money, correct? They have less than 10 million now, because you would think he would spend some of it.
What they make in 6?
Nothing. They got their freedom in 6.
What they make in 4?
Ludacris wasn't in that one. So he has roughly $10 million. A little less than that. Well, I guess they're not paying taxes. So they have $10 million.
Okay.
He's spent some of that because he has a shop now. Bro, because your stomach under control. That was definitely your stomach that time.
I'm hungry, bro.
So he has about $10 million. And then they go to this thing and he buys a bunch of fucking cars that have to cost $1 to $2 million a piece, you would think.
Why would you think that?
Because the guy said he couldn't afford it, so I think these are exotic, fucking expensive ass cars. They're not $100,000 cars.
Why?
They're definitely not $100,000 cars.
Why?
Did you see the fucking car? There had to be like a Bugatti, Ferrari, Lambo. There's no way they're $100,000. They're one to.
You say so.
I'm saying they're $1 to $2 million a piece. Ludacris buys them all. There's no way he has enough money to buy that. I'm just saying. There's a lot of plot holes in this movie.
I don't. Think
And then the guy undresses for The Rock. He takes off his clothes.
I'd be like, nah, bro, you got the cars. Straight up.
He takes his shirt.
Yeah.
It's not happening in real life.
What's your next one?
My number 1, correct?
What's your 2?
Oh, Fast 5 is my number 2.
Oh, I guess, yeah, my bad.
What's your number 2?
7.
Okay. My number 1 is Fast 6.
My number 1 is Fast 8.
I like Fast 8.
There too.
But Fast 6 has the best villain. By far. Best
I
villain.
like Cypher.
No, I hate her.
I liked her.
Hate her.
Hacky.
It's so dumb at the end. It's so dumb.
Why is that? What's dumb?
When
at the
her
end?
and Ramsey are going back and forth, and she's pissing me off because she's out hacking me. I hate that.
Why
scene.
is that dumb?
I hate it.
It's realistic.
A Cypher doesn't do anything except sit in her fucking plane the entire movie.
So she needs to do.
I hate it.
She does not. She
Besides
blew
the
up
opening-
the fucking nowhere spot.
She didn't do that without Dom.
She's
Dom does everything in this movie.
What's it matter? She's a hacker.
I hate her.
She's not. That's why she hired Dom, because she's not that person who's gonna fuck people up.
Hacky. I hate it.
I like it a lot.
I hate it.
I like Cypher, bro.
No, I hate her.
We're going with 6. We'll start with 6.
I love 6. So the best villain by far. The end scene makes no sense though, because they're on this runway for 30 minutes.
They are.
That is the only thing that is pretty much the only
Also,
problem I
one
have.
girl dies.
Giselle does die. It's very sad.
She
Can't believe
saves
that.
Han. I like that. There's another way that could happen.
Yeah, she didn't even kill the guy.
Like, hey,
Han had to kill
Han,
him.
pull me up, and as you pull me up, I'll
I'm
shoot
gonna
him.
this guy. What they had to kill her off for Wonder Woman because they had to get rid of her because she was going to go shoot Wonder Woman. I assume that's what it was.
I don't know.
But yeah, I don't think she should have died. And then Han fucking dies in the end credit scene, which we knew was coming, but we didn't know it was going to happen in this movie.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. Oh, it's like so. It's kind of like the gang meets their doppelgangers. Cause like Tyrese even points it out halfway through the movie, like, oh, that's you, that's The Rock. Oh, that's a cute Brian. If Brian had long hair and was a female. And then like, there's a lot of like when
I like Hobbs and Tyrese going back and forth.
Yes, they're hilarious. Like even when The Rock shoots the vending machine, he's like, "Fuck it, it's on the house. Just shut the fuck up."
Oh, that scene was great.
Stop asking for money.
He sees Han got some chips. He's like, "Bro, you got $1."
Always eating. Because he quit smoking. That's why he's always eating.
But he was like, "You got $1?" He was like, "Nah." And he's like, "Literally got $1." He was like, "Bro, you are a millionaire. Why did
I'm
you?"
trying to stay the one.
He's like, "Bro, you got
just
$1?"
fucking shoots.
And then Rock's trying to give him the game plan. He just shoots. He's like, "Take what you want."
It's on the house. It's so good. And then like from this movie, like in Fast 5, it takes them a while to get everybody together. And this one, it's like the very opening scene. They get everybody together. So you don't have to wait for them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm trying to think what else happened. Like when the first time they see, this is also with Letty, where because Letty's working for Owen Shaw, and then Dom
That's
has
how it
like
starts out. Is like Dom was like, "I don't want to do nothing for you,"
and then he shows the
like,
picture. She's alive.
Interested in this, yeah.
And this was also the one where Mia has her kid.
Yes.
Yeah, at the beginning.
Because Brian is like, "Do I go or do I not go?"
And she's like, "You got to go. It's family. If Letty's alive, we have to find out."
Yeah.
It's just like it's probably the most like the best plot out of any movie.
Mm-hmm.
The best turns, because you're like, is Letty gonna remember? Is she gonna come back? What's gonna happen?
How the two girls, the CIA girl that ends up not being part of the CIA or being in the CIA, but like being undercover CIA.
She's a pretty bad actor, but I liked her role.
She's a wrestler, I think.
She's an MMA fighter.
And then Han's girlfriend, don't know her name.
Giselle. Gal Gadot.
I like how they had their own like scenes, like it was more like girls in their own type of thing.
Also, probably the best fighting scene of when the wrestling girl and Letty are fighting in like the train station, and like they're falling downstairs and shit. Yep. And then the other scene, like while that one's happening, you got Tyrese and Han fighting the other guy, and Tyrese and Han are getting their ass fucking handed to them. And then Han's like, "Are you gonna go?" And Tyrese's like, "Nah, you go." They're twisting your shot. It's such a good scene. But it's definitely my favorite plot and my favorite villain of the entire series. Mm-hmm. The runway, I mean, when you're watching it, it's just like a long action scene. You don't think of how long it was. And then after the movie, you're like, damn, that was a long-ass runway.
But the thing with that is it's also cutting to other
people. It's like, it's
so
not happening all at one time. Yeah. Because, like, the Giselle Han thing's happening the same time that Brian is trying to rescue Mia, the same time that The Rock is over here wrestling the big fucking guy inside the plane with Dom. Like, it's all happening at the same time. Yeah. But it's still, like, the runway's not as long as it made it out.
I agree. Yeah.
And it just sucks that Gal Gadot died.
Nah,
they also introduced Jason Statham in the end credit scene, killing Khan.
Yep.
Unfortunately. Yep. The best character.
He didn't need to do that. He did not need to do any of that.
It's weird that they retcon that, though. It's weird.
I don't know what that means.
They're like, because when you're watching Tokyo Drift, you can see the car that smashes Han, and you don't see like anybody walking away. Because they stay on the shot for like a couple seconds. And you don't see anybody walking up to the car or anything. Or like Jason Statham walking away calling Dom. It's just weird that they like put the placement of the timeline.
Oh, gotcha. I see.
And then in 8, trying to think. Something happened with Han. I remember.
In 8?
I was going to say something, but I lost my train of thought. So what was your number 1?
8. Because of Cypher. Just cool people. Also, one thing I didn't like about this movie is they have people going to like the bad side too much. Like you've done this before. You had Letty on the bad side. You got Dom on the bad side. Next, it's going to be Ludo on the bad side.
I wish they would, because in the trailers they showed Dom being a bad guy, and we were like, "Oh shit, Dom's a bad guy." I wish they wouldn't have showed him meeting with Cypher at the beginning of the movie. To like, because we learned that it obviously wasn't his choice.
Yeah.
I wish we would have just like them stealing this EMP and him fucking taking off and wrecking the rock.
Yeah.
Because you'd be like, what the fuck is going on? Tom's a bad guy now? And then like they would explain
behind
it later
the scenes,
late in the movie. Like they did when Jason Statham's character got shot. The baby scene is probably my favorite scene in the entire series.
100%. It was funny.
That scene is fucking.
He's like, "You
brilliant.
still smiling? You good?" He's like, "All right, cool. I'm
Fucking
gonna sit you here.
brilliant.
I'll be back."
Fucking brilliant.
He's like, "Turn around. You don't need to see this."
But yeah, like when Dom shot Jason Statham, they show the flashbacks of like his mom reviving him and all that. They could have done the Cypher thing in that to show that it wasn't Dom.
Yeah.
I think that would have made for like a better twist.
Yeah.
Than what we got. Because like we seen Dom meet with Jason Statham's mom, which we didn't know it was his mom at the time, but like we knew Dom was planning something.
Yeah.
So like, I don't see why they should.
I like how they brought the Cuban people back though.
They did just for that one scene that was kind of weird.
And then also the guy from which one's he? Is he from 7?
From 8?
No. He might be from, I don't know. The guy that
the trash.
Dom raced at the beginning of one of the movies.
It was 8.
It was 8
with his cousin.
Yeah, that was
that opening scene is probably my least favorite in the entire series. It's so
it's
weird.
I'm like, bro, you're driving a
and it's like, not. Nah. It's like. Yeah. It's not good acted or like the dialogue is bad. It's just a weird scene. I don't like. It's probably my least favorite scene.
Yeah, it's not bad. But shit. Tyrese is still funny in this. Mm-hmm. They don't tell Tyrese about a bunch of the plans because they're gonna think he's gonna chicken out. So there's like split and then a fucking wrecking ball goes down. It's pretty great. They have a submarine that they have to try to hack.
The Rock fucking pushes a torpedo with his bare hands.
Sure does. And then as soon as it gets under a car, it blows up. But like,
yeah, see, I didn't understand it either because like it went in the car and it blew up, but like the Rock is on top of it. It doesn't blow up.
Yeah.
And then my other problem with this movie is so Cypher is this fucking brilliant hacker, and she's watching Dom everything he does, but he can get in contact with the guy he races at the beginning. And with Jason Statham's mom to meet them in that one scene, and Cypher doesn't realize. It's just, how did he get in contact with them?
He could have told her to call.
Who?
The mom.
But how did he get in contact with the mom? Or Jason Statham to let him know that he was going to kill him. Like, he couldn't have told his team that this wasn't, that Cypher had something on him.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, because the only reason why Dom is working for her is because of Elena and his child.
Mm-hmm.
And he told Jason Statham's mom that he needs help. He couldn't have told, like, Letty and them that he needed help.
I mean, maybe, but...
I just don't understand how Cypher didn't know any of this was happening.
You look like he's never been alone before.
But Cypher's watching. He's either been on a mission or with her up in the plane.
Not necessarily.
And she has a camera.
And maybe Dom just knew where she would be at. Maybe Dom didn't call her. Maybe he just walked.
But he
in.
had to have called the guy.
What guy?
The guy that backed the truck up to block the camera.
Maybe not. You can send him a quick text. Like, you don't know. You're thinking too much into it.
No.
You're thinking about this, but like in 6, how does any of that happen?
Like what?
Motherfucker has a race car, like a little race car that's like open. You know what I'm talking about?
It was a go-kart.
Like it basically like
it was a go-kart.
That's not realistic.
An indestructible go-kart.
No.
He's an engineer though.
Oh, but
that is more believable of him having this car
Dom
that's really
texting
fast
somebody
without Cypher knowing.
How?
Because she's just fucking. There's no way she let him keep his phone. Number one.
He can't get another phone.
How's he going to get it without her knowing?
She can't watch him at all times.
She has God's eye. From the very opening scene.
She did not have it from the very opening scene.
From when they go into the thing, she has God's eye. And then even when
he couldn't plan it before then.
How would he have done it?
With a phone.
But she would have known. Because she has a camera on him at all times. He's either in the plane or she has the camera on him when he's in his car. Because she's Skyping with him or FaceTiming. Which makes no sense. How does she have such great connection that she can connect with him at all times? Makes no sense. Because like when she's in the plane, she's FaceTiming him.
Okay. What do you mean?
I can't. I got bad signal sometimes walking around Muncie. There's no way she's 1,000 feet up or 20,000 feet up in the air and has great signal.
They don't have Wi-Fi on airplanes now?
Not all the time.
I'm pretty sure with her fancy ass airplane.
Oh, now she has fancy airplane, but she can't track this motherfucker all the time.
No, there's no way you can track somebody all the time.
With God's eye, you can.
No,
and she's FaceTiming them the entire movie.
But as soon as he steps out of his car, she can't FaceTime him anymore. Right or wrong?
But she's always watching.
No, she's not always watching.
She is.
She's not.
It makes no sense. I don't like. It's pretty much. I just don't like Cypher. Don't like her. Don't like her character. Hacky. And then she has the Ramsey duel at the end where she's like, she's locking me out. And then Tej, when they're in the submarine, and Tej is like, we need to pull whatever to stop the nuclear thing. He was like, pull the thing with this. And then I think it's Tyrese. Who else is in there?
Rules.
Who?
Mr. Rules.
Oh, Scott Eastwood's or Mr. Little Nobody. Tej is like trying to walk them through, and obviously they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Tej is not a very good instructor.
Everything was in Russian. Not his fault.
And then he was like, look for the timer. He couldn't have said that 10 minutes ago.
There was no timer 10 minutes ago.
But how do you know there's a timer now?
Because it would be going off. Like the timer could just be like blank. So you don't know it's a timer. But once the timer starts and they initiate the nuclear bombs, then now there's a timer.
But you could have said, look for like okay, so if I'm looking at that and then there's a timer over here, I'm not gonna be like, look for some. I could say look for something that would
maybe
be
he
like
didn't think of it.
For a genius, it just
okay.
And then there's a guy that beats up Letty. Don't like him.
You
need to watch Fast 5 though.
Right not. Yeah. Right not. Got other things to do.
Watch Fast 5.
Right on. Any other comments, concerns?
No.
Tell us your list below. My list was better. My list was the right list. You know what I mean?
Fast 8 is not the best.
Yeah, it is. Join us Tuesday at noon for open experience. You know what I mean? Thursday, next Thursday, for Infused Senses.
What is it?
I don't know. I haven't recorded yet. You know what I mean? Figure it out then and there. As always, hit the subscribe button below. But till next time.
I'm going to kill your fucking subscribe button. It's going to go away. But till next time.
It's not. It's never going away. Subscribe. And if it's not here, then you can hit the little red button below the video and subscribe there. But once you do that, go to our page and hit the little notification bell so you can get notifications whenever we post new things. See you.